Hey everybody, it's Andy, aka Max Rider, and it says I'm live. So, I was using YouTube, the old system, completely up until this point, right? Today I can't anymore. Classic YouTube is gone, so all we have got is the new YouTube Studio. Wait, is anything happening here? Oh, I hit the wrong button. Yeah, okay, seems to be working. Which I hate, which is awful. I'll get used to it, I guess. So, I've had to go and do like a search on Google in order to actually find the old stream so I can get some of my information. In order to put it up the way I'm used to having it set up, which is just watching it like everybody else is watching it, I had to go and search for this stream in Google. Otherwise, I would not be able to see the chat. Wow, excuse me. Now my throat's all like... Possibly because I've been eating bees. I was watching Sage Affiliate do some streaming. She's doing Stardew Valley right now. And that was a lot of fun. But today, we were going to be streaming till about 5:30 p.m. If you're out there watching, you can say hello. It doesn't tell me who's actually watching. It says 0 current viewers, so I guess nobody, which is fine. I'm going to still build the stuff. We're going to use Abby's idea for this watchtower that we started on last week. And we're going to finish that up first. I've almost finished my first beer. Come on, connect, buddy. Yeah, why? That's weird. Okay, so here we are. We are in Thorn Hollow. That's still there. Scoti has trimmed the server, so he's taken out pretty much anything that... What have I got in my inventory? Okay, we're going to have to build some stuff. Let's go first to the storage house. Like I was saying, he's trimmed the inventory so that he has taken out anything that... Take these. I don't know what to use for the roof. Do we have some fence posts made? No. So we'll have to make some fence posts too. And a bed. Let's start with that. Wait, there's sticks in here already. Ooh, there are a ton of sticks in here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 18 fence post is probably plenty. And you know what? We were going to do some bells. That doesn't come in here. Goes in here. We're going to put some bells on that thing. I don't think that'll mess the village up. I don't think the villagers will try to... Good lord, there's a lot of these guys. Here's our garden that we put together last week. Simple, but very nice. Elegant little British garden for the back. Oh, 3 watching now, it says. Hey, welcome to the stream if you're watching. Thanks for watching. And don't be shy. Say hello. Man. It's probably because I didn't walk this afternoon. I had so much trouble getting set up for the stream that... I was going to put a bell right there. That I didn't walk the dogs. So, that's on me. Alright, let's see what we got going here. So Abby's idea was kind of a real open area up here. I was actually going to enclose it, make it a real room. But I think this will work too. Now we have to decide if we're going to use the typical... I don't think you can get up here, can you? That's good. If we're going to use the typical, oh shoot, it's getting dark already. I'm afraid. I need to make a bed and bring it up there so I don't have to go back into town to go to sleep. To use the typical roof line of, yeah, it is getting dark. My clock says so. Of these guys, or to make it more like this guy up here, or something to that effect. I'm not really sure which one to do. I'm going to sleep in here with the butcher. Because he sleeps in the farmer's house for some reason. They have a weird relationship. One away. think we're going to go to Killian's Irish Red next. Hold on. Very good. That is good stuff. It's about my favorite beer, I think. Although it's got a kind of metallic taste for some reason. What are you doing? Get away from me. Alright. Let's go get a bed. We're going to go make a bed and get ourselves this bed, and then we will try to figure out what kind of roof to put on this place. It's got to have a roof. It's got to be like an arched roof. You know what? All I need out of here is 3 pieces of wood. Yeah. You know, I have a bed. I could just use that one. Of course, the last time I used my own bed for something like this, then we ended up, I ended up not having a bed when I needed one later on in my inventory, so, you know. Trying to eat up all this chicken so I can start going back to potatoes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Boom. Got ourselves the bed. Now it still says 2 are watching, so come on, speak up. Who else is watching? Anyone? Bueller? You don't have to talk if you don't want to. I get that. When I'm watching a stream, I'm like way too talkative, mainly because I want the person who I'm watching to feel like he or she, you know, has got his viewer who is like really into their stream, and I usually am. Let's make sure that this is not some kind of a problem here. No. Nothing can just step up into this tree and climb into our watchtower. So that's good. Woo, don't knock myself off. I don't know how to do this. I mean, I do know how to do this, but I don't know what I want to do here. Well, I do know I want to do that. Oh, I've got a bunch of good stuff in here. Sweet! Alright, so let's see. The corners are not going to be terribly useful, so that's where we're going to put any kind of like crafting stuff. That'll probably be. See, we got a chest here. Maybe we'll put a. Won't put anything in this one because of the way the bed's positioned, but maybe put a furnace there. I want to build. Okay, stick this on here, so there, that makes that defendable. I've got, no, see, that won't work. I can't do just angles up. I was thinking, come in at both directions, but that probably, I don't think that'll work. Do I have, I do have some spruce steps, so let's see what these guys do. No, wrong thing at hand. I had an idea. Yeah, but that won't work. Okay, I got an idea. I don't know if this is going to work well or not. Let's see, shall we? We'll just see how this all comes together. Okay. I'm trying to change from the usual designs. I'm a consistent builder, so my designs are usually always exactly the same. But to make this work, it's going to have to come out over. So we're going to have to tear out some more of this tree back here, probably. Alright, so, what if we do this? Okay. Like that. Just do this for them. Hey, Scoti Orvitas has joined the game. You know what? I screwed up, and I am not in Discord. Hold on just a moment. Let's get in there, just in case anybody else wants to hop on board. Stream number 1. I'm in. Just close that back up and come back to the game. Hello. Streaming And in Discord. I have a feeling I'm going to have to destroy this whole roof and start all over again, is what I think is probably going to end up happening. But you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. Scoti says a hi to YouTube. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Oh, God. That's harder to do coming from that direction. Alright, so... Oh, I jumped on the bed. I was like, why am I bouncing? So this is going to give you a really good view, but I'm probably going to fit something up here. Maybe fence posts. Not sure yet. Oh my god, you scared the crap out of me. I wasn't ready for it. You don't hear me? Hold on, I might be muted in Discord. Oh, why am I telling you this?
Oh no, Max, are you muted?
Oh, I bet I'm on push to talk. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Were you muted?
I was on push to talk.
Ah, gotcha.
We're gonna see if what I'm building is the ugliest thing in the world. Oh, I heard that. I did.
What are you building?
A little watchtower outside of Thorn Hollow.
Oh.
What have I got?
Did you make a gold armor?
I did make the gold armor. It's all made. Everything is good. Why is it? Is it the update happening? Are we doing it right now?
No, but the the update that happened, or the snapshot for this week, was mostly bugs.
Bugs?
Yeah, like bug fixes, and
bugs. I thought you literally meant insects, and I was like, what the heck? That sounds awful.
Well, dude, I wish there were more bugs in the game.
You just want butterflies, I know.
Yeah, butterflies, birds, I think would be cool. Sharks would be awesome.
No.
Like, how cool would it be if there were eagles, man? Like giant eagles, and you could fly on them.
As long as they didn't crash land like the those wingy things that you guys.
The Elytra won't crash land if you don't go headlong into it.
I've seen many a death. I've seen Scoti Garbitas lost his battle with kinetic energy or whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I will not
fun.
acknowledge.
I don't appreciate those kind of deaths. They make me sad on a certain level. Number 4, level 4, yes.
Oh,
man. What are you drinking tonight, Mr. Scott?
Two-Hearted Ale from Bell's Brewery in Kalamazoo, Michigan. It is delicious, nutritious, and everyone should drink it.
Nutritious!
It's full of vitamin B.
Vitamin beer?
E-R. Beer.
Vitamin beer, it's best for you.
No, I want this update to come out, like, yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
We all do. I'm not special. We all want it.
I don't know if I do, because...
Why?
Everybody's going to rush into the nether, and then I won't get anything. I'll be sad.
What are you not going to get?
Everything I want! What is there to get?
Well, there's the new trees that...
Yeah, they're going to cut them all down.
Yeah, and then they'll have the saplings and the mushrooms to grow them, and they'll share them with everybody.
They will gel with me because everyone hates me. Oh, whoops.
Everyone hates you. Everyone hates you when you're part of a team. Everyone hates you.
It's so
when your nightmares are a dream.
Whoops. All right.
I'm not watching the stream. Should I watch the stream?
No, you don't have to watch the stream.
Do you want me to tell you whether your building's ugly or not? Yeah. I heard that.
You heard nothing. Hurt my feeling.
I think I'm going to.
It might be ugly.
Oh no, you're banned.
Again?
Yeah.
Every day this happens.
I feel like it's starting to lose its meaning and its threat.
So this one's for real. Get out. No.
I must make an example of you.
Yeah, I'm used to that.
What, being an example?
They did that to me in grade school.
They made an example of you?
Yeah, the guidance counselor.
What?
You want to hear this stupid story?
I don't know, dude. Sounds like maybe I don't. To be honest with you, it sounds like it may not be good at all.
It's a weird story. So here's the story. Now this is back let's see, 6th grade, 1978. Yeah, around
Oh my
1978.
god, dude!
Okay.
I wasn't even alive yet.
So most people weren't. Anyway, so I'm in class one day, and I was a little kind of a nerd. I was a real big old nerd. And I remember at some point prior to the event that I thought I need to be more assertive. You know, I need to be more kind of a, like, if someone asks me an opinion about something, I should give them an opinion. You know, blah blah blah.
Have some conviction or whatever.
Conviction. That's it. That's perfect. And so somebody, oh, here, I got a slip. So oh god. So I'm sitting I'm sitting at my desk, and I remember it was Tommy Stallings. I didn't like him. Redheaded kid. He was kind of a bully.
Is it daytime, I assume?
Oh yeah, it is. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I logged back in. I just didn't want to screw you over.
No, he was kind of a bully, and I didn't particularly care for him. But anyway, that's beside the point. So he turns to me. He sat behind me, and he turns to me and he says, "Oh God, what was her name? I can't remember what her name was. We'll say Brenda something. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember her name." He says, "Do you think she's gay?" Now, at the time, in 6th grade, I kind of knew what that meant, but didn't. But you know, I got to be more assertive. So I said, "Yeah, sure." I didn't even know what he was talking about. So next thing I know, that was in 1st period. 6th period comes around, or 3rd period. We had 3 periods in our 6th grade class. 3rd period comes around, and I get pulled up in front of my English teacher that I was scared of, and the guidance counselor. And apparently, I had been spreading around that Brenda Grimes was gay. I didn't know what they were talking about. As far as like,
What gay was?
no, why? What do you mean spreading around? I had said yes to Tommy Stallings that morning at 8 o'clock, and I had not heard word one about anything the rest of the day about anything that had anything to do with this.
But
all of a
Tommy
sudden,
Stallings was like, I heard from such.
Andy says, da, da, da. Yes.
What a dick.
Or maybe Marilyn Shelley sat behind Tommy Stallings, and she was probably listening into our conversation.
Mary Shelley, like Frankenstein?
No, Marilyn Shelley.
Okay.
So she might have been spreading around that I was like saying it. So I don't do well when I'm put on a spot in a situation like that. I tend to panic, and in this case, they said, "Do you know what gay means?" And I said, "Stupid" or something, right? And I knew what it meant, but I was freaking out. Don't put Andy in the corner. And,
okay, baby.
He'll cry and pee himself. Philip Yates knew what it meant, and apparently someone had asked him, and he'd given his opinion, and then I don't know what the deal was, if he was talking about it or not. I have no idea on that count. He was a friend of mine, but I didn't pay much attention to him, like, every second. So next thing I know, I'm called into the guidance counselor. I got to talk to the guidance counselor about this. You can't spread rumors, blah, blah, blah. Didn't spread any rumors. What are you talking about? Nobody would believe me that I had not been, like, running around, telling every single person that I thought Brenda Grimes was gay. Because the rumor had it that she took a shower with another girl. Which, I mean, when you're a 6th grader, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or it might. I don't know. Who cares? It didn't matter. That's not really the point of the story. The point of the story is that I got in trouble for allegedly doing something that I didn't do. And maybe that's why I'm, like, obsessed with justice and people,
The truth.
The truth, yeah. Not trying to cheat people and lie to people and make up stories or whatever.
Speaking of, did you see yesterday that the president had to scoot out of his own press conference?
Yes. Wasn't he claiming that his whole thing about injecting bleach into your veins was just a joke?
He was just being sarcastic. And I saw the best tweet in the world. It was Ken Jennings, the guy that was the biggest winner ever in Jeopardy.
Okay, I don't know that, but now I do.
Okay, so there was a guy who won for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks about probably 8 years ago. His name's Ken Jennings.
Good for him.
And he tweeted yesterday, he goes, every time I gave a wrong answer on Jeopardy, I was just being sarcastic. And I cried. Awesome. I laughed so hard.
That's excellent.
Also, here's something to brighten the mood.
God.
I had to go.
Yay.
Yeah. I mean, your story was sad, man. I'm sorry.
It was an annoying story. I mean, I was annoyed by this. What happened?
Yeah, you were annoyed, but it's a sad story. You're in the 6th grade, and people didn't believe you. That sucks, because that's a time when you're trying to figure out, like, what does the world think of me?
Right. And I was never a kid that went around, like, lying or anything like that either, so kind of came out of the blue. Anyway, tell me your sad story.
Creeper just appeared. Sorry.
That is pretty sad.
That is a sad story.
I'm scared.
No, I think I told you I went and got some firewood.
Yeah, you mentioned...
It's Abby!
Hello! Oh, man, I hit all the wrong buttons and jumped out of the game by accident. Abby appears. I run. Flashbacks to 6th grade again.
No, so I had all that firewood.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have an axe.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were going to go buy an axe yesterday.
So I went and bought an axe. And, you know, I'm social distancing and being safe, so I've got a mask on, dude. I gotta say, it felt really good to walk around in public with a mask on with an axe in my hand.
You're a white guy. You'll be fine.
It just,
You're
isn't that
African-American,
weird?
the cops are going to kill you. What, that being white, you can carry an axe around?
No. Oh. Like, the whole, like, being in public, wearing masks. Like, dude, if anybody ever walked into a bank with a mask before... They'd be like, oh my God, call the police! And now they're going to be like, somebody walks in without a mask, they're going to be like, oh my God, call the police!
Pretty much.
Like, what if somebody walks in with like a black cowboy hat and a bandana over their face and walks into a bank?
Oh my God, I think you're overthinking this.
Like, I feel like this is a great opportunity for people to just cosplay. And LARP! This is the perfect time for LARPers, man.
There is no perfect time for LARPers.
Oh, no, I disagree. If people are passionate about it and they're having fun, why? You know, let them have it. Let them have their fun.
Yeah, but their fun consists of standing around talking menacingly to each other. Have you ever watched any LARPs like Vampire LARPs?
Yeah, and then I've watched some like IRL LARPs that people have tried to edit together. Mm-hmm. I could see the draw.
I could see the draw, but
and I can see
that people do it so poorly, in my opinion. The few that I've watched.
Well, not everybody's an actor, man.
Well, then you need to be sitting at a table until you are one. You'll learn.
Some people are more into the physical interaction, I think. Like, it's not for you. It's not for me. It's okay.
It could be for me if it was cool, but it's everybody trying to be cool. It seems like
nobody is cool. The first way to know that you're cool is to know you're actually never going to be cool.
Right, but I mean, nobody plays like a goofball character in a LARP. It doesn't seem to be. They're always like super serious.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like, people want to play like some kind of archetype of what they believe they are or who they wish they were.
I'm all in black, and my voice is like this.
The shadow.
You should be afraid of me. Okay, attack him, GM. Okay, and the other problem I have with LARPs is that the ones I've seen. Now, this is just the ones I've seen. I don't know. Maybe there's others that do it differently, but they use rock, scissors, paper to determine success and failure.
Oh.
Yeah, and I mean,
I've seen that. And well, what would you suggest they do?
I don't know. Whip out some dice and throw down.
Well, yeah, but that's
those giant dice.
Oh yeah, the giant dice. No, giant dice would be even more impractical than regular dice. You're lugging this die around. I see you're well armed.
Well, what if you just have that one dice person, you know? Like somebody's kid but wanted to tag along. Yeah, throw the dice.
I'm not letting some kid decide whether I'm killed.
Or you could, actually, the GM could do all the rolling. You know what I mean? Because there are people that are in charge who have to adjudicate. They could do the rolling. That's how it used to work back in the day. The DM...
Did all the rolling.
Yeah, did all the rolling. You told him what you were doing. he would roll dice and tell you what happened.
And then people were like, wait, you're doing that behind a screen.
Well, yeah.
You're a cheater.
I think people were more like, man, that looks like fun. I want to roll some dice.
Tommy Stallings is all like, did you know that DMs who roll behind the screen are gay?
They're gay. Andy said it. Wait, what? Son of a bitch.
We hate you, Tommy Stallings.
Hey, Ghost of Sabotage is here. Let's see what he's got to say. I saw a man next to a hole, so I asked how deep it was, and he said that was a deep question. Ah, it hurts. They burn. What kind of conversation did I walk into? Grade school trauma was what I was talking about. I know being white is weird, says Ghost. I thought it was a LARP to be a LARP. And I suggest they fight out. Ghost wants them to literally fight it out.
That's not. No longer is that role playing.
It's not LARP anymore. It's actual fighting. It's actual.
It's just live action.
That's what you call it, live action.
Live.
Bring your own weapon. Well, I brought a gun. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. I did get invited to one of those like giant like foam weapon battles.
I've heard about those. I've heard there's a place down here that combines the foam weapon battles with LARPing.
Yeah.
That might be interesting, but
that is LARPing. I mean, like you have like Nerf bows
in
for
LARPing,
the people.
You don't really fight for real.
Oh.
There are rules, and again, I'm thinking about Vampire, which was the first major LARP.
I've seen LARPs where people throw beanbags as like fireball, fireball, fireball.
I've seen that online, but I've never seen it in real life. You know what I mean? I've never seen it at a convention or whatever.
I would never go in real life. I mean, not lame.
I've watched people LARP at like Penacon. There were some LARPers. There were some LARPers at HexCon, which was a little convention in Greensboro, North Carolina. I actually took part in one of those LARPs. Somebody asked me if they would be a victim, if I'd be like their thrall for a vampire game. I was like, okay, sure. And they gave me these 3 red discs. They were like clear red plastic, and then there was a little gold. Hey, Gooseox is here. There's a little gold piece of metal around it. And then if other vampires, I wore like a pin, and if other vampires came to me, then I had to give them one of my little. Those were my blood, and I had to hand over one of those during the convention. And I thought, well, that was interesting, but I didn't take. But then I was watching these conversations going on in corners, where people are talking menacingly to each other,
rock paper
gesturing.
scissors.
So I was like, eh.
Gotcha.
Oh, you're up there. Hello.
Hey, I'm up here. I'm working on it. What do you think? Actually, I haven't looked at this from the outside yet. We should sleep. I'm in.
Me too.
Ghost says, isn't a LARP fight to be considered wrestling? You don't really fight in a LARP. You do rock, paper, scissors, or I guess some LARPs have other rules. I don't know.
Abby, you're killing me!
Okay.
I said in before you even said that.
I know.
You
can still kill me. You're banned. No.
Oh, it's hard to. it's hard to see this thing from a distance. There's so many trees clustered around it. It's very open.
From a distance.
That was your idea, Abby. Make it that open. You know what? I think I need to change.
What's blue and green?
Do I have enough?
You might hear my sister in the background.
I don't have any. Okay, I got enough.
I don't hear your sister.
That's fine.
Oh,
I don't mind.
she's liable to get loud. She's watching something.
Oh. I see.
What would be the best material to make a giant anvil with?
Iron.
You think so?
Anvil should be black, shouldn't it? Because they're made of literal iron usually. And that's,
right. It's like I need the basalt, the new rock.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
So you might want to wait.
God bless America.
You could make it out of. You could do black concrete. You could do
black concrete. I actually have a ton of black concrete.
You could try it and see how it looked.
Ooh, what about gray? What about gray concrete?
Mm-hmm. Actually, gray would work out really well too. What do you think, Abby? Do you hate it? You hate it, don't you?
Well, it depends, because the texture would look a bit strange with the concrete, knowing it's meant to be an anvil.
I thought you meant about this watchtower.
Oh, sorry. I genuinely thought you meant the anvil.
I thought you were looking at the watchtower going,
No, I was thinking about the anvil.
Oh, God.
The
texture would be wrong? Yeah, I guess it would be different. Man, you got a
Looks cool.
You got a good view. You can see a ways. I see a skeleton. It's going, smash!
Nice.
He did. We're time at 4:30.
Didn't you just start streaming like a half hour ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is done already because we were halfway. I worked on it last week. So
Oh,
it's halfway finished.
You.
I know. What's wrong?
You.
Looks pretty good. You have a place to sleep up here. You're fairly safe as long as you don't come down and find a creeper under here. This is the old watch house that they had to rebuild because it was in ruins when we got here. At least that's the story. Oh, we were going to put bells on this thing, weren't we?
Yes.
Shoot. Who sells bells?
The smith, the toolsmith.
Damn it, we don't have one of those in this town.
I have one in Sweetwater.
Yeah, there's one up in Bywater as well. It sells them pretty cheap. I think I have some bells sitting in a chest up at Scuttlebutt Island, actually. Should probably get them. Here I am. I ran away very quickly, sorry.
Oh, I didn't know you were waiting for me.
Oh. Do you want to come to Scuttlebutt Island, or shall I go?
I'm coming.
Alright, we
This
can
is a silly
try.
place.
It's not, it's just right. Are there any horses here? There's only one horse here. Damn it. Okay, we're gonna go on foot.
Need a Pegasus or Eagle Man, like I said. Giant eagles.
We need you to allow people to ride 2 to a horse.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. I'll see what I can do.
Whatever. Yeah, go talk to Mojang.
I'll put in a...
Yo, I'm Scoti Garbitas, and they'll be like, ooh.
Yeah, I have lots of pull with Mojang.
That building is a little wooden, says Ghost of Sabotage. It's mostly wood. But there's stone. Gray concrete is the closest to the anvil color, he says. And so how's everyone doing with these lockdowns? Oh.
I'm alright.
Yeah, I'm since I at some point in the last 10 years turned into an introvert.
Yeah, I kind of had to, actually, in the last 2 years.
And like have gone almost full hermit. Like,
wasn't that always your dream, though?
Yeah, it was. I will say
extrovert.
today, I sat on the back porch today, saw my dog and my youngest playing in the backyard, and I was like, I'm living the dream right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you are.
Finally get to
I
see
wish
my
I
kids
was.
play in a backyard.
Yep. It's the best. It hasn't bothered me much. Now, in North Carolina, they haven't, they've shut everything down, but you can still go in the grocery store.
Well, yeah, dude, they're never going to be able to
stuff.
close down a grocery store. People literally will go bananas.
Ghost was telling me that he was having to wait in line outside the store because they only let, 1 or 2 people in at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here in Iowa, there are stores that are limiting. Like this morning, I went to Menards to get an axe, and then I quickly learned that what I really needed was a splitting maul and a sledgehammer.
Oh, yeah.
And so then I went to go back on the way, taking my wife to pick up her car from the shop, and there were about 25 to 30 people waiting in line outside of Menards, and I was like, nope.
Nope. Yeah, that's how I feel too. I'm not
it's
waiting in
like
line in the grocery store.
Right. It's like they've got to have fast pass. They got to go Disney, you know. Like if I'm smart enough to go online, they got to give me fast pass. Fast pass to the wood aisle. You know, I wouldn't wait in line for an hour for Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm not waiting in line for an hour to get a mall.
Exactly. Harris Teeter has said that they have had to reduce the number of people they'll allow in to 50% of what it normally is.
Yeah.
What the fire code says, I guess. But I've never run into having to wait in line. Now, I have been starting to go. I do go to the grocery store in the morning now.
Yeah, go in the morning or in the late afternoon. Don't go at noon. That's when everybody finally has an idea. Like, oh yeah, I needed Miracle Whip.
Yeah. They don't have any yeast. It makes me sad. No yeast at the grocery store.
No yeast at the grocery store?
Yeah, so I can't make my homemade bread right now.
How do they not have yeast?
I don't know. They haven't had it for weeks, according to the lady at the checkout.
We kind of get flour.
Using that monostat.
You can't get flour. There's a shortage of flour here as well. Well, everybody's all like, well, I can't go out, so I'll make my own bread and buy a bunch of toilet paper and yeast to do it with.
Yeah, totally ignored my joke.
I missed it. I'm sorry. Say it again. I didn't even hear it.
You were like, the lady at the store says we haven't had yeast for weeks. And I was like, she'd be using that monostat.
It was a bad joke. It was terrible. This is as bad as some of Ghost's freaking puns. But Ghost does say, why ride when you can fly?
What?
Ghost says, why ride when you can fly? I think he's talking about the Pegasus idea. You mentioned having Pegasus in the game. He also says, I'm free spirit. I need to be outside to roam when I need to. So walk outside, Ghost. You're allowed to walk outside, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
but in England,
you have to go somewhere.
You have to be going somewhere. You can't just take a walk. Get a dog.
You can
Ghost.
take a walk. It has to be exercise.
It has to be exercise?
Yeah, pretty much. Because if you're just outside to be outside, you'll get fined.
What about if you're in your backyard?
As long as it's your property, you can be on. You can be on it, be outside, but you.
Okay, so you have to be either going somewhere. Oh, I'm probably outrunning you because I'm running fast. You have to be going somewhere like the store, or you have to be out there specifically to exercise. Is that correct?
Pretty much. You need to have a specific reason to be outside.
Okay. Ghost says it's hard for me to get soya milk, which is annoying since I'm lactose intolerant. Oh wait.
Soy milk.
Right. Soy. He wrote soya.
As a typo.
So, soya is a thing.
Soya is a thing?
That's what I thought. See, I don't second guess when my people of other nationalities write something that I don't recognize, because often I don't.
Milk.
It's soy, but that's how the British write it.
Oh.
It might just be a brand, but soya exists.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like soya was like a type of bean or something. I was like, that's weird. How did they have a bean called soy, and then there was another bean called soya?
Because they're British.
It's not British, it's crap.
I do, but only once a day. What do you do once a day there, Ghost?
He goes outside, but only once a day, probably. Sorry, I was looking at my phone.
No, you're fine. Tell me if you stop, and I'll stop with you.
How dare you not read Andy's chat while he's streaming?
So, well, the chat's up on the TV, which has got the stream on because it comes on the side. Yeah. And I was looking up soya bean, because soya bean is a thing. It's
See, Abby does that for me. She's the
She's the
she helps me out with the computer
moderator.
Stuff. She's the moderator. Yeah.
You get special power, Abby, if you don't have it.
She does. She's a moderator.
All right.
She's a moderator for YouTube. If she writes something in the chat, she'll have a little wrench by it.
Yeah, but I think I'm a moderator in your chat too, and I don't do half that shit. I was at one point. Maybe
Abby
you
helps
got
me
rid
out
of
too.
it. It's okay. I know we're not as close as we used to be.
We've had. If my brother and that woman that he's married to come visit, I will be coming to Iowa, Matt. By the way.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna be around here. Oh, I haven't told you what happened, Abby. I don't mind telling it on TV. That's on the stream. Right. I don't think people watch these streams in retrospect. I mean, they watch when it's happening. Nobody's gonna go.
That kind of sounded sad. Like in retrospect, I don't think everybody watches.
I mean, like afterwards, people don't come back and they're like, "Let's watch Andy's 2-hour stream. That'll be fun and exciting." Police sheriff's deputy came to the house Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
He came to the wrong door, so he comes to the upstairs door where my bedroom is. So that was a little threw me. When a cop comes, well, it's hard to tell which side of the house is the front because the front of the house is on the sides, and when you pull up in the front of the house, you're actually on the side of the house.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Anyway, let's get through the dark and scary forest. I'm scared. He comes up and he says, "I'm here for a wellness check." We were called to ask to do a wellness check, and I was like, "This has happened before," And now I know who did it before, too. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, what? And I like, okay, come on in. Let's make a day. So I let him in, which was dumb because, you know, I shouldn't let any cop in without a warrant.
Was he a vampire?
No, but, you know, he's a cop, so you can't trust him.
Dude, you can trust the police.
I don't know. They beat up a lot of African Americans. Anyway.
You're a straight white male in America.
Yeah, well. So he comes in, and we get the full story, and it turns out that my sister-in-law has called for a wellness check. Do you remember a couple weeks ago when Mom fell? It is morning, by the way. It just turned morning.
Are you talking to... It was that question to me?
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
She fell in the pantry, like, she tripped over a dog bed, and she literally fell on her face, just crashed right down. And apparently, my sister-in-law saw her on Skype. Well, she was on Skype with the grandkids that morning, so I think this has a lot to do with it, actually. Because Mom and Dad contact them, or whenever the kids get on Skype or Facebook and contact them, Mom and Dad are all, like, ready to go and talk to them.
Yeah.
You know, it's their grandkids.
Right.
So, I think that had something to do with it. Apparently, she called for a wellness check because I had been abusing my mother and beating her.
What?
Yeah. He actually gave us her name, too. Last time this happened, I could not get anybody in the sheriff's department to tell me who made the call. I mean, I told him this is probably a prank or something. This happened a year or two ago. So this police officer was coming to make sure that I was not abusing my 80-year-old mother by apparently punching her in the face, since, you know, her face...
Sorry, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing
the way I said
it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Because she had a bruise. Both of her eyes had gotten black. When she fell, I wanted her to go to the hospital, personally, just because... You know, she's 80 years old. She fell right on her face. I was afraid of a concussion or something, or broken nose.
Yeah.
But, she had bruises under both eyes. She had a cut on her forehead, and her whole face ended up pretty bruised up. So it looked bad, but we had told them exactly what happened. So apparently, she thinks that Mom lies so that I can beat her up and clings to fault.
Well, it's so outrageous.
Yeah. She's a horrible person. So I told Mom and Dad I'm not going to deal with her anymore. And if they come visit, I'm gone. I will take the dogs and I will go anywhere but here.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd do the same.
I wouldn't want to be in the loony bin, that's for sure.
She's
what that would be.
The whole family, even her side of the family, like, won't even deal with her when she calls to them anymore. They won't answer the phone. Because she's calling to make up some lie about somebody. Probably my brother.
She needs help, man.
She's never gonna get any help.
Not with that attitude. No.
I'm not helping her. She tried to have my ass arrested and thrown in jail. She is off my be nice to list. And she wasn't really there to begin with, so.
Yeah, I was about to be like, is there a time when she was?
Nah, for a little while. Right after they got married. Alright, let's see. Ghost says Soya and Soya are the same thing. I go outside once a day for walks, since I don't have a bike. Ooh, biking is fun. I used to bike all over the place. And I can't run due to the fact that I'm not trained in running. You could jog. I've heard a lot of... Jogging does kind of suck. Unless you have a dog, and the dog wants to run, then it can be fun. I've heard a lot of stories about American cops giving people crap, says Ghost. Yeah, the African-American community, they treat like
minorities.
Yeah, you're right. Any people of color, any minorities, they will treat like crap. Those all those guys that went into Kentucky courthouses and all those houses with guns, nothing was done. If those had been African Americans or Latinos or Asians, cops would have gunned them down like dogs.
Shit, even if they'd been women, maybe.
Women would have been arrested and taken away. You're right. I don't know. Well, no, if they were armed, they might have been shot. I don't know how they would treat women in that case. Not well.
Oh, man.
Yeah, exactly. What was it that the kid had him say?
Shut up. Give me a beer.
Okay, that's right.
Like
something like that. That was South Park, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The new toy line. Is the sister-in-law a female dog? Yeah, I hate her. she's awful.
Female dog. That's a put down to the dogs.
Yeah. Don't mean to dogs. Dogs are the best.
Oh, dude, you gotta hear something. Oh, so today, my son. Here's the first part. My son.
God. My son.
He got a cheese stick, and our dog was outside, and I was like, dude, she's outside. Somebody needs to be outside with her, but guard your cheese stick. Guard your cheese stick. No, we need to keep an eye on her. She can jump really high. People don't think so. She's jumped over our couch, which is like 3.5 feet tall, and it's almost at the height of our fence. So anyway, he goes out there, and I say, don't get right up on her, because she's going to want to steal your cheese.
I see where this is going, I think.
Yeah. So then all of a sudden I hear, no, Jace, no! And there's literally like an inch of a cheese stick sticking out of her mouth. And I'm like, dude, what did I tell you? I said, do not give her your cheese stick.
That'll be fine. She'll be fine.
Well, I agree. She'll be fine. She loves cheese.
She really doesn't need a whole cheese stick, but yeah, she'll be fine.
Right. So then I go out there and like I grab her jaw, and she does like he was trying to fish it out of her mouth, and I was like, dude, do not put your fingers in the mouth of a dog that is eating. Like, that is the worst thing you could ever do.
There's ways to do it. It'll be fine.
Well, he's gonna end up getting hurt, and it's not gonna be the dog's fault. Like,
right.
Don't put your hands in an eating dog's mouth.
I'm eating. How dare you? I'm eating.
And so I get out
space.
there and I hold her jaw open a little bit, and like 2 inches of a 6.5, 7-inch cheese stick falls out of her mouth. And I go, dude, did she at least chew that? And he's like, no, she just ate a hole.
She was trying to get it down before you guys did exactly what you did. She's not stupid.
So then, so that was fun. It was funny. I was like, she's a cheese dog, man. She loves cheese. I told you to be careful. She loves cheese. So then earlier today, my wife took her on a walk, and my wife stepped in gum. So then my wife was like, I'm not going to bring the shoes in the house. I'll just leave them on the back porch. So then Jace was like barking at her, like her come and play bark. She's like, come out and play with me. Come out and play with me. And Laura's like, no, I'm not going to go out and play, but I'll let you outside. So then Jace goes outside. Nobody's going out to play with her. She's just out there minding her own business. And then I look out the window, and she's got my wife's shoe, and she is fucking tearing it up.
Gum. She smelled the gum on it.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the one with the gum.
Oh.
No, dude. It was like you wouldn't come outside with me? I'm gonna fuck your shit up. And
good for her.
So then I look out the window and I go, I'm pretty sure Jace has your shoe. And Laura's like, I don't know. No, she doesn't. And I was like, you better go look. So then I turn off the TV because it's about to get real funny. And I go watch my wife try and get her shoe back from my dog for like 10 minutes. And my dog is just running around being like, nope, nope, nope. And then I open up the back door, step out, and I said, Jace, drop it. And she drops the shoe. And, my God.
Why did you not film this? That would have been amazing.
Yeah, it was. My wife hates it because I've turned into like Jace won't leave me alone. She loves on me a lot, but then I turn into like the boss or whatever.
Yeah, you're male. Female dogs tend to respond better to males. Male dogs.
It wasn't that way for a long time though.
Right, I remember, but you got her, you rescued her, and there's a good chance that she was abused by men. You know, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
it took her warming up to you, and now she's just like a normal old dog.
Yeah, and so I had a cheese stick today too, and she comes running over. I was like, "You ain't getting none of this. You eat more than you normally get in a week."
Ghost says, I thought dogs were lactose intolerant. They are, but dogs also have strong stomachs in general. So you can give your dog a little bit of milk. I let them, once I eat my cereal and drink the milk, I let my dogs lick the bowl out. When I have a salad, I let them lick out the bowl. There's usually nothing left but like a little bit of dressing that's hardly any on there. So they can handle it.
Yeah, she gets ice cream every once in a great while.
Right.
Like
you can give them a little bit.
Scoop.
As long as you don't overdo it, they're fined. They're fined. They're fine. And,
Jace.
And they do love it.
There's nobody here.
Man, they love milk and cheese. I don't want to say bitch in case YouTube gets my backside. No, you could say it. Oh, no, I don't think that it's set up to edit and stuff.
I think if you were to watch in not live chat but the other one, top chat, it would hold it from view. But
Okay.
I think in live chat it would show it.
Gotcha. What's people doing down there? All right, I think this is pretty much done. I got to get the stuff out of this chest, but I can do that later. Oh, I got to finish this little road that I set up here. What time is it? 4:50. We got.
You got like an hour.
Well, we no, because I stop at 5:30 now, so I can get dinner started for Mom and Dad. It used to be that they were going to the that's what I can do. They went to church. Used to be, and so they weren't home until 6, and they would bring a pizza with them, and they wouldn't get home till actually they usually didn't get home till about 6:15, 6:20. So.
Yeah, you better get some food around. Else your sister-in-law is gonna be like, "He's not feeding them."
Probably. Oh my god, I hate her so much.
We all do.
She's awful. All right,
I only met her once.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I believe you.
She's gotten worse and worse over the years. Her own family doesn't answer the phone, like I said, when she calls anymore, because she's just calling to claim that, oh, Patrick slammed a door, he's abusing me, or whatever. It is morning.
Yeah,
I'll
he needs to
be
get out of there.
right back.
Yeah, but
She'll take the kids, and I wouldn't want it. I'd agree with him that I wouldn't want to leave my kids with her.
she would try, but the fact of the matter is that she's called the cops so many times about nothing, claiming that she's being abused. And they've got records of all that crap, and I think he does too. So, I don't know. I don't know which way it would go. She makes everybody around her miserable, though. So.
It's her special gift.
I guess. Everybody's got something they're good at.
God, it's so sad.
Oh, shoot. I could put another step in there. Do I have steps? How many in my inventory?
It would be funny if it weren't so sad.
That I don't have steps?
Yeah.
Or my story's about this terrible woman.
The terrible woman. She's a terrible woman if you're part of a team.
Or not. Doesn't matter. It doesn't change. Rattle, 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 shake, shake, shake.
She's got her stuff she's got to do.
I'm not complaining.
Oh wait, this isn't as wide as it is. I need to make this smaller.
What have you done?
Or else Adam would be like, that's not how an anvil's shaped. And I'd be like, ah!
Aw. Poor Adam.
He'll make fun of my build, man. He will.
Oh, now my shovel broke.
He's gonna watch this in retro. He'd be like,
In retro. You probably won't.
you're a horrible person, man. And be like, oh, no.
Right low on iron.
I
got my gold armor. It's actually in my shulker chest. Here's what I worked on off camera. I got my Max's fire helmet. That was Scoti's idea for a name. Respiration 3, because I enchanted it, and that's what I got. Unbreaking 3, fire protection 4, and mending. Max's nether chest. Unbreaking 3, fire protection 4, and mending. Max's hot pants. Fire protection 4, unbreaking 3, and mending. And Max's soft fall nether boots. Fire protection 4, feather falling 4, unbreaking 3, and mending.
Max's hot pants. I'm not.
Oh yeah, bow bow. Bow bow.
Sounds like a nickname for a soccer mom.
Max's hot pants. That's a weird nickname for a soccer mom. I'll tell you what.
She got that hot pants going on.
Oh, there go the dogs. They heard something. We heard it. We heard a thing. Man, they love that doggy door. They tear down those stairs so fast. Uh-oh, Jace heard it too.
What'd you hear? What do you got, baby? What do you need?
She's so sweet.
What do you need, girl? You gotta
Why
tell
is it
me.
gold? It's gold because in the next update, piglins, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Piglins will attack you if you're not wearing some gold in the nether, apparently. They'll be like, bitch, die!
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Well, that's exactly what they're gonna say. And then they'll try to murder you. They will try to murder you, right?
Yeah. No, they'll beat you up.
Ghost says, is it for the piglins? The emphasis on the is. Like a, really? Really? Or do you just think you look fabulous? Oh, I never think that, so. Obviously.
Did you hear that?
Woo, woo, woo.
You want to hear Andy? Come here.
Bark, 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 bark. Dogs don't like it when you put those things around their ears, though. I'll tell you what.
There, a couple of booty taps. Is that good? What I said, I want some booty taps. I haven't watched Goonies in a while. I need to watch that movie.
Oh, yeah. I haven't watched it in years. I've been watching Max Headroom. Those are 1 hour episodes. I did not realize those were going to be an hour long.
No wonder it got canceled. Nobody can watch TV that long.
Not in the future. Not 20 minutes into the future. The second one was interesting, not great. It was about this new sport called raking, which is about kids attaching motors to their skateboards and then having like gladiatorial competitions.
Skateboards were a big deal back then.
Yeah, this was in late 80s, so it's interesting, and I'm enjoying it. And what's her name? He's got I think she's called a controller. So he's a newspaper man, or no, he's not. Because it's all TV now. So he's a TV journalist, right?
Yeah.
And he runs around with this camera, and it's set up for a live feed. And apparently, nobody will touch him when the live feed's on, because some cops beat the crap out of him when the live feed went out at one point in the pilot. The light went out on top of his camera, and they're just like, oh. And they just came over, and they just beat him up and threw him out of the building. But he has a woman who is his controller, I think is what they call her. And she's running a computer back at the station. And she also, this woman at least, knows how to hack into a lot of other computers and stuff, so he can get in places he's not supposed to go and that kind of stuff. Because journalists are, if not treated with respect, at least they have the power to mess you up. As it should be.
Lame.
I was a journalist. Shut up. It's not lame.
I want to be a journalist.
Yeah, exactly. All right, where did Abby get to?
I'm on a roof.
On a roof.
Roof, there it is.
How'd you get
The one next to the garage. Garage? Garden, not garage.
Next to the garage. I love how the English say certain things. It's awesome.
I could have said garage if you'd prefer that.
No, I like garage.
Well, what would you normally call it?
It depends on the flow of the sentence, really. Sometimes I do say garage.
Ah. Garage sounds French to me.
Garage.
Garage! Welcome to the garage.
Well, aren't the British like French?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That does... That's not going to trigger me or anything. We were taken over by France at one point. We were in Normandy.
Yeah, but that was 1,000 years ago, wasn't it?
Right,
I don't know. History is the worst subject.
It was a long ass time ago. It was man, it was a long time ago. Yeah, the Normans were. I found that out. I was so upset when I first found that out. That the Normans were French. I don't know, because I always thought the British were British. I'm not talking when I was a kid. Back when I was a kid, I thought, all these countries always existed. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Just stupid stuff like that. So I was like, wait, what? I watched Ivanhoe. There was a mini-series in the 80s about Ivanhoe. Might have been in the late 70s. And I was so confused about the Normans and the Saxons. About the fact that they were they were different kinds of... The Normans were the nobility at the time, and the Saxons were, the workers, the peasants, and all that kind of stuff. But that the Saxons were the actual British, and the Normans were French people who had come hundreds of years before and taken over the country. Even though now I guess they all ended up being British eventually.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that.
What about when we learned about Australia and when we sent our criminals over?
Right.
I don't remember how I felt about that or when I actually learned about it. Yes, there are plenty of torches, Ghost. Are the British French? You must feel privileged that I don't know where you live. He gonna come get you, Matt.
What?
Ghost said, "Are the British French? You must feel privileged that I don't know where you live."
Oh, is Ghost British?
He is. Yeah, he lives in Scotland, I believe.
So he's Scottish.
I think he's actually a Brit who is living in Scotland, but I could be mistaken.
Oh, okay.
What are you, Ghost? I know it's
what are you, Ghost?
Well, Great Britain. Actually, Great Britain isn't Great Britain? Okay, you're gonna have to
Scotland is a part of Great Britain.
Okay, so saying he's British living in Scotland doesn't mean it's stupid. I thought he was English living in Scotland, but maybe he is Scottish. He might be Scottish. I never thought about that. He doesn't have the tradition. He doesn't have like the stereotypical Scottish brogue. Is why I thought that he lived somewhere before he moved to Scotland, or maybe he said something about it in one of his videos, or maybe I'm just an idiot and I don't remember correctly. English in Scottish, he says. Okay, so he is from England, but he lives in Scotland. Okay, I was right. What are you doing sleeping on that bed? You can't just sleep on top of a bed.
Where else would you sleep?
That's my British old lady accent. You can't sleep there. That's not right.
Christ.
Lady Badai all over again.
Lady Badai did not have that accent. Lady Badai was a character in a game I ran, a tabletop game, whom Scoti's character seduced.
She was hideous, but she
was a very, very heavy set noble.
Imagine
lady.
Hyacinth Bucket from Keeping Up Appearances. That's how I always imagined Lady Blythe was.
Hyacinth,
did you say that on purpose, her last name?
Who? Hyacinth Bucket?
It's Bouquet.
Oh, is it?
Her last name's Bucket, but she tells everybody, it's Bouquet!
I love that. That's amazing. Bucket's a great last name.
She didn't think so.
Well, it's a great last name for like a certain type of characters. I'm in, by the way. Slib. Okay, so Ghost says my parents are from Birkenhead area. How do you pronounce that, Abby?
Birkenhead? I've never even
Just
heard
checking.
of it.
I was born in Chester, grew up in North Wales, and now in Scotland. See, there you go. I thought he was English for some reason. Is Ireland part of Great Britain?
No.
Oh, it's Northern Ireland, I think.
It's not, okay. Northern Ireland, maybe?
Because you say, like, Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
Okay. Gotcha. So Northern Ireland isn't part of Great Britain.
No. In England, and I don't know.
I know all the 50
never had any
states. I
reason
could
to
point them
know.
out on a map to you and be like, this is United States. You should learn what's part of your country. You really? What? Am I wrong?
No, I agree. You should maybe know where people in your country are from, especially now that you're not part of the European Union. It's going to be a big deal.
Don't bring that up. I'm still sore about that. I think the European Union is helpful to everybody.
No, I agree.
We need a united world government.
They got their own Donald Trump over there.
Oh yeah, Boris, buddy. Boris
Yeah.
Yeltsin? Is that his last name?
Boris Johnson. No, Boris Yeltsin was the guy before Putin in Russia.
He was the guy. Boris Johnson? Oh, it's Boris. Okay.
Yeah. He kind of looks like a Muppet. He's got like a little mop top.
He's definitely got Muppet hair. Yeah. Well, so does Donald Trump. He just puts conditioner in it.
I feel like Donald Trump looks more like when you were a kid and they made you carve an apple and then you like let it dry.
Shrunken apple-headed woman.
Yeah.
Birkenhead is over the River Mersey of Liverpool. Well, like Gloucester looks like it's spelled Gloucester.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, there's a Gloucester here too. That's the same way. That's pronounced Gloucester, and it looks like it's Gloucester. I think it's in Massachusetts. I love British
steal all
names
the
for stuff.
names.
Yeah, we do. We steal everything. Americans are selfish and stupid. That's pretty much that defines most of us.
Wow.
Am I wrong?
I'm very intelligent and
You're one of the exceptions.
beautiful.
I didn't say you weren't, and no, we weren't beautiful. There's some very beautiful Americans, but they're still pretty selfish.
Beauty's on the inside!
That's what you say to ugly people, man. What are you talking about?
On that note, I gotta see what my dog wants. She might actually need to go to the bathroom.
Alright.
Are you logging off here in like 20 minutes?
25 minutes, yeah, I'll log and get dinner.
I may not be back.
Okay. No worries.
Sorry I offended you, Ghost of Sabotage.
I think he'll live. He's got strong skin.
Alright. Peace out.
He's French after
Bye.
all. I mean,
He's French, yes. Oui, oui.
Oh, he's gonna murder me. He's gonna find a way.
Au revoir.
Oh.
Why did you just say "oh" and then not finish the word?
I just said oh. I didn't say oh. Because I wouldn't say au revoir. I'd say au revoir.
Why would you say it like that?
Because that's a French way of saying it. You got to talk like Frenchman, yeah. But if you are Russian, you talk like this. You say moose and squirrel. I've been watching a lot of Bullwinkle and Rocky.
I get you. I was like, mouse and squirrel. What is a mouse and squirrel? Nope, never mind. I understand.
Moose and squirrel. Make some money. Uh oh, Ghost just wrote something. I think I'm due.
Yep. I can see what it says already.
I just freaking look what I did. I hate this. Let's see what he says. I'll find where you live, Andy. I hate being called European. It sounds like Europe is a country instead of a governmental power. Yeah. I don't call people European. I will call them from the country that they are from.
Oh,
I
I
was
see what
just
you've done.
kidding, Ghost. You know. I hate when that happens. Whenever that happens a lot.
I like to run out. When I'm running, I like to have a player hand.
What do you mean? Like nothing in your hand?
Yes, I like to have an empty hand. I can't. Yeah.
That's because you're smart. Unlike some of us who are idiots. Like me. We're going to turn that into wood. Because I have no use for the strict logs. And I'll speak to you in French. Oh, you're speaking French, eh? You sure you're not French, Ghost? I know the British had a huge rivalry with France a couple hundred years ago when Napoleon was around, trying to take over the world. Napoleon, I will take over the world. I'm so short because my hand is in my jacket to hold up my pants. I learned that on Bullwinkle and Rocky.
You know, he's actually average height.
Was he? I thought he was pretty short.
No, he's pretty average height.
Why is he always shown as short? Man,
Because I think
Hollywood makes up the rules and people think it's true. Pisses me off. Cars explode if you shoot the gas can. No, they don't. They really don't. God, I hate that kind of crap. You'll explode if you're in a vacuum. You know that. Your eyes will pop right out of your head. No, they won't. It won't be pleasant, but you're not going to, like, burst like a frickin' piece of rotten fruit somebody's squeezing. Yeah. There's so many of those truisms, and they, well, those aren't even truisms. What does truism mean? Hold on, I'm using a word. I should know what it means.
Are you Googling it? I
am. A statement that is obviously true and says nothing new or interesting. So it's not a truism. It's a falsism. I don't know. There's just... as a GM running a tabletop game, you know, I feel like I need to know this stuff. Because I try to run a realistic game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've watched a few Twitch streams where people will have things happen, and I'm like, you realize that doesn't happen in real life, right? And I've had people say, oh, the rule of cool. You know what the rule of cool is, don't you?
No.
If something's cool, we're going to let it happen. And that's a tabletop, I guess that's a tabletop thing. But I don't think the rule of cool is very cool. I think it's stupid.
No.
Because I would rather have something that's relative. Are you on the phone again? Are you tweeting?
I was texting it. No, I'm Snapchatting.
Quit it. That's Snapchat. That's ridiculous.
No, I'm talking to someone.
I don't care.
You don't know them.
Focus.
I was focusing on you because I was texting so I could text and listen.
I don't know anybody. Nobody likes me. So.
Well, I'm here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, but you're texting.
And listening to you at the same time.
Alright. Yes, you can multitask. I'm not used to people around me being able to do that either. People got told Napoleon was short due to propaganda, says Ghost. Really? I did not know that. A realistic game and a game of fantasy? Interesting. Well, I run Call of Cthulhu, which, outside of horrible monsters in a nihilistic world and a universe that doesn't care whether you live or die. I guess that is pretty accurate. Does strive to be realistic, as opposed to certain games where somebody can do a backflip off of a wall and over somebody's head while they're cutting their hair or whatever. What was that noise? I heard a weird noise.
Was it in the game, or was it perhaps from my microphone?
I think it might. I guess it might have been in your microphone. It was like a noise, but
I didn't hear anything.
Kitty, there's a kitty.
Mhm.
Let the games begin. Come here, kitty. I'm gonna catch you. No, where'd you go? Come here. Come on, kitty. Oh, this little brat.
Hold on.
She is going into the tightest little spaces she can get to. Where'd she go? Whoa. I hear her.
There.
Ha ha ha! Come on! Come on! Gotcha! Hooray!
Nice.
You want a cat?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go get her some fish then. Come on. I think there's some fish. Crap, I don't know where there's fish. I know we have some fish in this town. I think it's in the butcher shop. Come here, cat. It's easier to catch them and then try to tame them then. Yes. Oh god, there's only 4 of them here. See if we can get you in one. First, let's eat up!
Scoti says bonjour.
Bonjour! Bonsoir! Bonsoir? What is bonsoir? I don't know that word at all.
I don't know either. I initially read it as bonsoir.
Bonsoir. What does bonsoir mean?
Good night.
Yeah, it's later there. Come here, kitty. Damn it. Come on, be happy. I gotta make you happy. Look at me. Look at me. Damn it. I've only got 4 fish, kitty. Oh god, I've only got 1 fish left.
It technically makes sense, but it's 2 different words and it doesn't mean like hello or anything.
Bonsoir?
No, B-O-N space S-U-R.
Okay.
Means good about.
Alright, let's make a day and I'll do some fishing and try to get some
Okie dokie.
some more stupid fish. I don't think I have a... Oh, it's too early.
Bonsoir doesn't mean good evening.
I think he's misspelling it, that's all. Bonsoir! Jace just wanted to sunbathe. Aww. I hear cats go well with mash and gravy. Ghost, you're a monster. You will not eat
doesn't make any
cats.
sense.
You will not eat dogs. Damn it. That's what I meant to say. Go fishing. Hashtag backseat gaming. I'm guessing Scoti might be watching us on his phone. If he's outside with Jace. Wonder where there's a fishing pole. I think I might have one in my house. Excitement of fishing in Minecraft. Oh yeah. Bow bow. Okay, maybe it's in the butcher shop. Ghost says, I've been learning French, so I know what I'm talking about. I tried to learn French in high school and college, but I'm terrible with other languages. Haha, fishing pole. Gotcha. Time for some fishing. Welcome to the fishing portion of our episode.
Bonsoir isn't a word. B-O-N-S-U-R.
B-O-N-S-U-R?
Isn't a
I don't think it is either. Bonsoir. Like you said, is Bonsoir. Bonsoir, right?
Mhm.
Come on, Ghost. You're better than this. What'd I get? I got a fish. Oh, yeah. Let's get a few more. I am my friend, says Scoti. The future is now. The future is so in the past. But Max Headroom is 20 minutes into the future.
There's a one. Is B-O-N-S-U-R-E a word?
B-O-N-S-U-R is what he's been writing. Boudoir is what Scoti wrote. Wow. Come into the boudoir.
Well, apparently B-O-N-S-U-R-E means goodness. This is too much.
Bonsoir. Bonsoir. Bonsoir? Bonsoir? I wonder how it's pronounced. Is that there?
Couldn't tell you.
Bonjour. Bonjour?
I don't think it's that.
It's definitely not. Shoot, we have a game tomorrow. I'm running a tabletop game online tomorrow. I better send a reminder out.
With whom?
With Scoti Garbitis.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. It's a new French word. Bonjour. Scoti Garbitis, Compsci Girl, Mistress Kaylin, Looney Nettie, and Ruby Red? What's her name? She's on the server. Mistress Kaylin had an interest in playing. So I found a scenario. It was supposed to be super short. No! My stupid computer kicked me out of Minecraft just as the fish came. Damn it. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Ce soir. Murder Hobo Magic Time. So the first scenario was supposed to be the scenario that you can run in an hour. And of course it took us 4 hours because I let the players control how fast they go. Not to mention that they get in this cellar. The whole thing is there's a monster in the cellar. It's this weird creature in the cellar. But you don't know it's going to be down there. I didn't even tell them what the name of the scenario was because it's way too spot on. And they go in the cellar. They get attacked. In tabletop game, Abby, combat usually takes a lot longer than anything else. If you're having a conversation with you, it's like real time. You know, your character's deciding, I'm going to go talk to this guy. You and I talk together, blah, blah, blah. We have an actual conversation. It literally takes the time it takes to have the conversation. But combat ends up taking quite a bit longer. So most of that game session was combat. Compsci Girl's character died. The monster basically grabbed her by both hands and both feet and then pulled her apart. Which I was so happy that I got to do that to somebody. And it took so long for me to grab all 4 of her hands and all 4 of her feet because I have to make rolls to do every grab. And it's only after I get all of them that I can destroy her. She was the only one who stayed in the cellar that long, but she was trying to get out. The rest of them managed to stop the monster and send it back into wherever it was from. So, the second scenario that I wanted to run for them, Scoti's running a hobo named Knapsack Nick Strong, who looks kind of like Santa in a Tom Bombadil hat. And, so I wanted to do a hobo adventure. So
a hobo adventure.
Yeah, so I wanted it to be connected to hobos. Here, hold on, let me read chat. Murder Hobo Magic Time. You should join sometime, Abby. I've tried to convince her to play, but she doesn't really have an interest, and I don't want to push people to play who aren't interested, and it's cool too. It's fine. Voulez-vous? Oh yes, the fish. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi means want wish lying with me. Scoti says, dude, I tried to help keep things moving. No, you're fine, dude. The combat's what took so much of that one. Abby says, it's a song lyric, Ghost. Scoti says, she was a mutant with 4 hands and 4 feet. A song lyric? That makes no sense, says Ghost. Yeah. Beans and riding the rails, says Scoti. Yeah, so this was, hobos are missing. He's heard a rumor. He's playing a hobo, so I wanted it to have to do with hobos, because I thought that would be kind of cool. And to be quite honest, there is very little in Call of Cthulhu. Very few scenarios that have to do with hobos. So hobos are going missing. So he does some research on his own. He can't find anything out. And that was due to dice rolls. So he goes to talk to some of the people that he helped out with this first scenario. And this is how we draw all the characters in together. And they connect him to the woman in the group. Mistress Kalen's playing a private detective. And so they connect him with her so that they can find out what's going on. And then they all go investigate. And Looney Nettie's character decides a couple of them decide to dress up as hobos. So she tears up her clothes, she gets torn up clothes, and she puts mud on her face. She gets a wine bottle, and I say, okay, roll for disguise, and she rolls. The lower you roll in Call of Cthulhu, the better. She rolls a 0-1, so she has all these people convinced that she is definitely a hobo, and it was just hilarious. And so they find out the county in New York State where it takes place, and then Scotty's like, let's just ride the rails. Why bother buying a ticket? It's a scam. We could just ride on a boxcar. And they all are like, okay. So it took them twice as long to get there as it would have, which I found funny. Abby says the song is Lady Marmalade. Ghost says, sounds BS. Abby says, it means, do you want to lie with me? Ghost says, no, it doesn't. Sleep, not lie. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? What does ce soir mean? Please? No. Voulez-vous mentir avec moi means, do you want to lie with me? Basically, he's asking if they want to have sex with you. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That was not even going to explain it out.
You cracked me up. Scoti feels, I feel like that was what Nick would have done. Yeah, no. You got to play your character. And Nick is a hobo, and he thinks that you're getting ripped off if you're paying to ride on a train. What the heck?
Siswa means tonight, by the way.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah.
The fact that I think that they agreed so quickly is what threw me. Like, literally, it took 5 minutes for Nick to convince them. And anyway, long story short, they're following up on this, and I thought it would be cool. And I think I'm going to run one more scenario with those characters, Scoti, to tie in Mistress Kalen's history if she survives this scenario. Tomorrow's game, basically. We should be able to finish it tomorrow. We'll see. But it's up to, I let the players choose the pacing. And so, however much time they want to take, talking with people or role-playing or any of that stuff is how much time I allow them to take. Got him.
Yeah, I said sleep. I corrected myself.
Is that Ghost?
Yeah.
He's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, okay. Let's grab him.
How do you not know the song? You'll know the song, Ghost, because it's a famous song.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? It is. It's a pretty good song, actually. It's from the 80s, though.
And it's the one that goes, get you, yeah. You know, that's the famous one.
Yeah. Yep, she is correct, Ghost.
What a bop.
It's a pretty good song. I always liked it. Let's move you. We're going to put you.
What are you going to call it?
Why name a cat? It's not coming when you call him.
What? Why do you name a fish, then?
Wait, what?
Why do you name a fish? Why do you name any pet? To give it some personality. To give it a,
Well, I don't have
something.
name tags. I don't have name tags.
I just meant in general what you're going to name it.
Ghost says, no, coucher means sleep. Yeah. So it means, will you sleep with me tonight? It's a sex song. Come on. Scoti says he does look like Santa. Must be his endearing stature. Ghost says, ce soir means tonight. Clearly, I don't listen to crap, says Ghost.
I feel like Ghost has a very bad sense of music.
Oh, I probably do too. Although I love 80s, late 70s and early 80s music. And mid 80s and late 80s, actually. I just love it. Scoti says, well, it was remade in the late 90s, early 2000s, and Pink is in the video. Ooh la la.
You know...
I don't remember who Pink is. Who's Pink? Let's look her up. Pink!
Do you know Pink?
I don't think so. I'm not attracted to her, though. I will tell you that. She's a very manly woman.
I think she's nice.
That's fine, and
she's
I don't mind that.
A good parent in my eyes as well.
She's very what?
I think she's a good parent too.
Okay, explain.
It's just that her child, her daughter, was like she just had I think she said something along the lines of, "Mama, I'm ugly" or something, like just out of the blue. And so she's just kind of like really just pumped up her daughter, and she's like,
"Good,
yeah, here's everything that you are beautiful for." And it was just kind of, it was nice. It was like, oh, nice, yeah, well done.
That's awesome. Scoti says, "Dude, Pink is incredible. I just don't know who she is. She looks familiar."
I think she'll have done some songs that you will have heard because you get like pretty famous.
What about us? And that's fine. And how I feel about her, my attraction to her doesn't matter at all to anything anyway. So I probably shouldn't even have brought it up. Ghost says, "I have a good sense of music. I don't listen to crap." Talented, funny, beautiful, says Scoti. Ghost says, "Pink is crap." Scoti says, "Ghost is French." Ooh, them fighting words.
You know, binging, like I'm binging a show. How would you spell binging?
B-I-N-G-E. Binge.
How would you make
binging? B-I-N-G-I-N-G. So it looks like binging.
I hate the way that looks. I know.
Yeah.
I hate it.
yeah, it does look like binging.
I can't help but not read it as binging.
You're looking for a boot up the butt. All right, you two, let's get along now. Let's get along. Everybody's entitled to their opinions. I was curious. This is left field here. I'm changing the subject actually, but not intentionally. It's just because it came to my head. I watched the first episode of McHale's Navy on YouTube the other day because I was curious about Tim Conway's character in that, and it was actually really, really freaking funny. And I really need to start thinking about giving some of these late '60s TV shows another chance.
Excuse me, sir. Do you mind?
Yeah, he's a jerk. Because I used to watch McHale's Navy every day, almost every day. I used to watch. We are at 4 minutes till we're done, so I'm gonna go ahead and harvest potatoes because that's exciting Minecrafting.
Ooh.
I used to watch Hogan's Heroes almost every day because it was in syndication in the afternoons. Carol Burnett's show. God, I wish I could get that on DVD. Those are so freaking funny, Abby. If you ever have a chance to watch some Carol Burnett show, just jump on it.
Cool.
It's a good show. It's so funny.
Ghost has just brought up a really good point. Binging sounds like something you do on Bing, like how you Google on Google.
Oh, spot on. Scoti spells it B-I-N-G-E-I-N-G.
I do spell it like that, but I hate the way that looks too. I can't win. I have to reword my whole sentence.
The plural of binge is binge. Like deer is deer. Plural of the binges. Go on binge. I'm gonna go on to binge. That makes sense to me. But putting an ing on the end. Binge watch Flipper. Flipper? I didn't watch that as a kid. I didn't care for that show when I was a kid. And it's a kid's show.
I don't know what it is.
Flipper's about a dolphin.
Oh.
They call him Flipper, Flipper, faster than lightning. No one you see is faster than he. Faster? I think it's faster. And they know Flipper lives in a world full of wonder. Something under the sea. I don't remember the whole song, but I remember it came on.
Oh,
Flipper,
really?
Lassie, shut up. Flipper, Lassie, so many shows. Syndicated TV had just like almost everything. Lost in Space used to come on almost every day on syndicated television. Star Trek was on every day when I was a kid. Carol Burnett show. I got a lot of my humor from the Carol Burnett show. It was freaking hilarious. God, what else was on TV constantly back then? WKRP in Cincinnati came on all the frickin' time back in the late 80s.
I don't know what that is.
It is a sitcom. It was a very good... Oh, there's a kid! New kid's born! It was a... it's actually an excellent sitcom. It was so good. Get that axe out of my hand before I start making more softwood or whatever that stuff's called. Really well done, really well written, a lot of fun. Lonnie Anderson was on it. Ow. Oh, she was so pretty. And the other woman that was on it was just so freaking cute. I can't remember her name. I think she was the mom in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I've never seen it.
No, I have seen that movie, actually. Never watched it. Knows all the words to the theme song. Yeah, because the song would come on, and then you're like, oh, it's time to change channels. And back in the day, we didn't have any kind of channel flipper. I had to get up off my butt and go walk across the room and turn the channel. That is an old man's show, says Scoti. Tom Stallings has thoughts about your flipper watchings. Why? Who's Tom Stallings? Ghost says, don't know TV was a thing in the 18th century. 18th century? Wait, what did I say? Did I say 1800s?
No, I think...
1900s? I said 1900s.
I think he's just calling you old.
Oh, I am old. That's true. I'm very old. I'll be dead soon.
My birthday's in a couple of weeks.
You're right. That's right. Beginning of May.
Yeah.
Should I send you something?
I mean, you can try. I don't know if it'll get through.
You can try. Oh, yeah. Britain is in lockdown. This t-shirt looks like it could have coronavirus. Burn it! That's generally what I send you, so if I can find ones that are cool enough. And when I say cool, I actually mean nerdy enough. The Doctor Who
they
t-shirt...
can be the same things.
The Doctor Who t-shirt I gave you that was done in the form of... Wait, no, was it Dr. House?
It was House and Who.
Yeah, House and Who.
Who MD.
I like the mashes. I thought it was
I'll
Dr.
be 21,
House.
Scoti.
20, yep. How old would we be? Yep, 21.
Oh, shoot.
I thought that was Tommy Stallings. It's with an A, and it's Tommy Stallings. Tim Stallings. That's why I didn't get it. I thought you meant somebody real. Yeah, Tommy Stallings. He was that jerk. Scoti says, I'll be 41 in July. I'll be halfway to my death. Halfway? Lucky? Well, maybe not. Abby is clearly going to be 89, says Ghost of Sabotage. Yeah, whatever. She's young. She's a young, strong woman.
Not that strong. But I have been working out.
I'm not talking physically strong. I'm talking like overall strong. You know, like strong woman. I'm 32 next February, says Ghost. Ooh, getting up there, Ghost. Getting up there. All right, so we're at 5:30. I need to go ahead and stop the stream so I can fix my folks some supper. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hey, Ghost, thanks for coming, man. I haven't seen you here in a few weeks, so it's cool that you came. As I'm struggling to figure out this new YouTube crap. Scoti says I need to start streaming on Twitch. But I would give my left arm to be 21. I would too, Scoti. When I was 21, wow. I was not as bad looking as I am now. Let's put it like that. So...
You can toot your own horn, you know. It is your own stream.
I wasn't bad. I was pretty good looking when I was 21. I had a good head of hair. I was not in that great a shape. I didn't get in really good shape till I was in my 30s. 2007, actually, I was in real good shape. I was walking the dog every day, running her every day, because Bailey, we lived in Bryan, Ohio. Whenever I'd walk her, all the dogs that were on our walk would bark at us as we went by. And then Bailey took that to mean, it's time to run. So we ran halfway of about a 2-mile walk every day. And so that was really good for me. Oh, wait a minute. I got to pull up the pop-out chat. Ghost says, I've had some internet problems for a few weeks. Yeah, I saw. You put up some videos. You're having some trouble with that. That sucks. Scoti says, good night, Andy. Feed the rents. And have fun and stream on Twitch. I'll look into it. I probably should. I might get actually more than 2 or 3 people watching every time, which would be kind of cool. Maybe I could even get... What's that thing you can get on Twitch?
Partnered?
I mean, no, not that good. What's just below partnered? Isn't there another thing that you can be that's not partner? It's
affiliated.
Affiliated. I could probably get affiliated. I doubt I could get partnered. Oof. No. Spot on. Well done. I couldn't remember.
I'm surprised I got there, to be honest.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. As always, I appreciate it. And I will talk to y'all next time.
See ya.